Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 1990's Represent. We're wrapping up our fifth cycle of 1994 with a video game. In this episode, we're talking about Donkey Kong Country. Just a classic platforming game for the Super Nintendo, developed by Rare. Just an excellent platformer. Tons of hidden little bonus areas. Um, it introduced to the wider kind of Nintendo world Diddy Kong. I think makes his first appearance in this game, and overall, from like level to level, it's just an excellent, just classic platformer. One of the best games on the console, I think. Probably one of the best platform games of all time, and just sold really well on the Super Nintendo as well. I think it's been ported to a bunch of different systems. But I have my notes over there, and like always, we'll go through, discuss the game a little bit, and then do our gameplay portion. So let me just open this notebook up here for our notes on this game. All right, so here we have Donkey Kong Country, first released November 18th, 1994. One really cool thing I remember about this game was the Nintendo Power promotional stuff for the game. They actually, because it was the only way to really get a video to people in the 90s, was to mail them a VHS tape. So somewhere I still have my promotional Donkey Kong Country VHS. It's like a 14-minute like long video. It's available on YouTube. I'll actually put a link in the description to where you can check it out. But obviously pre-internet, if you wanted, like, so basically Nintendo Power sent out these VHS tapes to subscribers to kind of promote the game. It was basically showing off the game, showing some of the behind the scenes. They were interviewing some of the people in, like, I think it was like the treehouse or whatever they called it. And then I think a couple years later, I remember getting a VHS tape that was essentially a promotional tape for the Nintendo 64. I think I still have both of those. I definitely know I still have the Donkey Kong Country one somewhere. But it came in like a little like cardboard box that had like it was like green and had the Donkey Kong Country logo on it, or not logo. It was basically just a promotional thing. Again, in the description there'll be a link to where you can actually watch that full video here on YouTube. So that was just like a cool kind of product of the time. Because nowadays they would just, like throw up the trailer on their website and call it a day. But back then, with not a lot of people having the internet and having it not be as widely used, obviously, as it is now, that was kind of the only way to get these videos to people, was just to mail them a VHS tape. And it's kind of funny because the VHS tape is like that thin, because usually like a full-length movie, it'll be like a full reel. It's like literally like a fraction of that. So like we said earlier, obviously developed by Rare. They were commissioned by Nintendo, apparently. I didn't know this until my research for this. But they wanted to have a game that was going to compete with the Sega Genesis version of Aladdin, which I think is definitely the superior Aladdin game. I think Capcom did the Super Nintendo version, and it's still a decent game, but it's not nearly as good as the Genesis version. And they both play completely differently. Like, they're like completely different, like development or publishers and developers building those games. But the Genesis one just had like really fluid animations for a game of that time period. So Nintendo wanted basically a platforming game to compete with that, and they approached Rare, and then they were discussing it, and then they ended up bringing back Donkey Kong for the game. Apparently, they hadn't done a full-on Donkey Kong game for a while at that point. We'll get to that a little bit later in this first part here. The game is really known for its graphics. Like, it was basically pre-rendered graphics that were turned into sprites. I'm not sure exactly all the technology that was used to do it, but I remember being kind of blown away at the time of the graphics, because they're basically 3D graphics that had been made to be 2D sprites to work with the Super Nintendo. So it was kind of groundbreaking graphically. Almost kind of like a thing that shouldn't really exist on a 16-bit game. Kind of like one of those games where it definitely feels like it was pushing the boundaries of what the Super Nintendo could do. Another game that kind of from several years later, I think like 6 years later maybe, it's just kind of like almost like magic how they got the Resident Evil 2 PlayStation game to fit on a Nintendo 64 cartridge. The kind of magic with Donkey Kong Country kind of feels the same way with just how they were able to kind of pull these graphics off on that hardware. This is the third best-selling Super Nintendo game. I don't know what the. I would imagine, probably Super Mario World, maybe Mario Kart, maybe Zelda. But third best-selling game on the console is pretty strong. Two sequels came out of this. So we got Donkey Kong Country 2 in 1995, and then Donkey Kong Country 3 in 1996. Let's see here. Just again, we're talking about the platforming, just amazing platforming. A big part of the game was just finding all the secret areas in each level that were the little bonus levels that you can find. I think there's 101 of them, because I think if you go to your game, you can say okay, well, you have 101% is maxing out the game basically. The computers that were used to build the game were SGI workstations, and I think they were originally purchased by Rare to develop stuff for the N64, but they discovered that they could actually use it for the Super Nintendo as well. So work for that. Apparently, there wasn't a full-on Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong game, and kind of Donkey Kong was a dormant franchise for Nintendo from since 1983. I think they did a couple ports here and there, they did Donkey Kong Classics on the NES, but I think they hadn't done a fully new Donkey Kong game for a long time at that point. I think in the same year though, they did Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo, and they also did the Game Boy Donkey Kong back a few months before in the summer. So in 1994, I think there was two main Donkey Kong games, Game Boy, and then the Donkey Kong Country. And the arcade game previous to that, where it was a full game, was Donkey Kong 3. We're going to get to some of the just reviews here, and then we'll get into our gameplay. Let's actually just pull those reviews up. Let's see here. So, computer, and it got basically critical acclaim from the kind of the get-go. But computer and video games has it at a 90 out of 100. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it almost hit platinum. It had a 10 and 3 9s. So a platinum is usually all the reviewers give it a 10 basically. I think Metal Gear Solid was the first game that pulled that off. GameFan has it at a 100 out of 100. Next Generation had it at a 4 out of 5. Entertainment Weekly has it at an 8+, and then Top Secret had it at a 5 out of 5. So just critically acclaimed. I think one of the best games on the console, one of the best platforming games of all time. And that is going to wrap it up for this first portion. We're now going to get into the fun part of the video and do some Donkey Kong Country gameplay. So we'll be right back with that. Alright, and we are now back in our Super Nintendo emulator in Donkey Kong Country. Let's just watch the intro, because I think the intro is worth watching. That is Cranky Kong from the original game. So original Donkey Kong makes an appearance. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's pick a file here. One player. So this is the kind of map here. These are all the different areas that you go through in the game. This is the first world, basically. You start off here. If you go inside here, you see that all the bananas have been stolen by King K. Rool. Donkey Kong is obviously messed up and let the bananas get stolen. And I think it's also Diddy fell asleep, so it's actually Diddy Kong's fault. But if you go in here, you get a 1-up. I remember that. And then I think this was shown in the VHS. There is a trick here. You can go over here, jump. Whoa. And then there is, well, there's basically a metal drum you can get, and you can basically just roll through most of the level with it. Diddy's in that barrel over there, but... Oh, I messed it up. But yeah, you can kind of ride that barrel, and then, the one-up, I missed that. There's our checkpoint. Got Ramby, I think, is the rhino. And he'll just kind of steamroll through here. Secret area to find. Grab the one-up. Spelling Kong also gets you a one-up as well. And another secret area. Oh, so this is like a little mini game where you got to get all of them to be the same. Oh, I messed it up. Alright. But yeah, if you get all the same animal, you get the golden version of that animal. I think if you get a few of those, you get some, might be more lives. I don't remember exactly. Oh. That might be the next one. There's one, if you jump up there, you can. There's another like secret area to get to. You got these cool like weather effects. Those armadillo you can actually knock out in a single hit with Donkey Kong, but usually with Diddy it takes 2 hits. So each of the characters has their own like little like abilities and things like that. Oh man, I got hit by him. So yeah, Diddy will get hit, and then he's basically got to hit him twice. Once to stop them, and then once to actually knock him out. We got Donkey Kong there. And Diddy can cartwheel, he's kind of cool. So yeah, Diddy can be like, smacking enemies like that. Oh my god! That's rough with Diddy because that thing will not, it's a bounce back effect. So tag up the donkey. You can also do a ground smack. You just gotta be careful jumping on those things of him. But yeah, there's nothing for him to knock on, so. Oh man, alright. Alright, there is the G to get the one up. Alright, next level. Our next level will stop at Cranky Kong here. And I think he serves as a save point. Oh no, sorry, it's Candy Kong is the save point. So into the caves. Here's like a little hidden mini game with the blast barrels. Alright, another hidden area. Alright, there we go. Alright, here we are with our first water level. The music in the water level is really good. Really great music in the game overall, too. Watch out for the fish. Oh, better watch out for him. Sink into this little hidden area. Alright, there's another one up. Alright, there's On Guard. You can actually spear enemies with his nose. Or his, whatever you call it. Swordfish. Get the one up. Oh, man. Alright. We lost On Guard. Oh, and we lost Diddy, too. Alright. Oh man, he got hit already? Ah. Wasn't able to outswim the octopus. Okay, this time I probably won't. Whoa! Right into the piranha. That's not to worry. We got plenty of lives. The game is actually pretty generous with extra lives. There's tons of bananas and other ways to get extra lives by spelling Kong. Let's go get On Guard. Alright, there's Donkey Kong, we got him. Another armed guard in there. Can we get through that area? Oh man, I hit the oysters. Nope, missed the 2 letters. Oh, there's on guard, but we missed him. Alright, we beat the level. We got Funky. Is that Funky, I think? And he kind of lets you travel. Basically, he lets you backtrack to different areas. We don't need to use him right now. Kind of like a shortcut there. Alright, these are the ones you gotta time. Oh, right into the B. But we should have the checkpoint in that level. Hopefully. Yep, there we go. Oh, I got very lucky there. Alright, so now we're on to Candy Kong. She's got this, I think, the save point. Alright, and I think we're now onto our first boss battle. We got the gigantic beaver here. I forget what it's called. Alright, there we go. So we got some of the bananas back. Oh, the mines. You gotta love the mines. Minecart levels are awesome. Let's go in here. Let's switch out the Donkey Kong. Oh, there's the frog. This allows you to. Whoa! What happened? I guess I didn't get on him. And he's got high jumping. So having the frog here would have helped because we could have gotten all the way up to the top, but... Whoa, almost fell off the edge there. No, can't quite reach it. But we got Colin, we got the one up. Okay, I think we're on to Minecart Carnage. Then you gotta jump the minecart. I love these levels. This reminds me of Temple of Doom. Oh man, if you timed that perfectly, you can do it. Let's go again. Like, got it, alright. Whoa, missed that jump though. There's the checkpoint. Oh man, alright. Whoa! I almost had that recovered, but I couldn't quite do it. Oh man! Oh man! Alright, I recovered that. Got it. So we still got Diddy. Oh man! Alright. I do love that basically this is it's Donkey Kong Country with both Diddy and Donkey. It becomes a two-hit life basically. So like, if you lose Diddy or you lose Donkey, you still have the other usually. Oh man, okay, so we lost Diddy. Oh man, the timing on that. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that collapsed minecart. Just a fraction off on timing. If I was hitting the thing a little, I think I might have hit it a little too early. Okay, okay. Diddy's out. Still got Donkey. Jump that, jump this, jump, jump. Jump again, jump again. Alright, we got X's coming up. Oh no! The arrow, I think, lured me into a false sense of security there, but... Okay, okay. Still got Diddy. Oh, the timing on that jump. That jump was, yeah, I guess you gotta hold down the other button to... It's like when you're trying to run in Mario, if you hold it down, you go a little bit faster. No, what the heck? And yeah, there's not a whole lot of extra barrels in this level to pick up another Diddy or Donkey either. I am just doing terribly at this level. I do love the minecart levels, I will say that. They are exhilarating in probably like the best way, where it's just like the jumps, you just gotta get them and hope that you can hit them. Alright, jump this. Jump, alright. Jump. Alright, alright, we still got Donkey. No! This reminds me of the Battletoads video we did however long ago with the Turbo Tunnel. Oh my god, alright. Oh, I was amazed I actually got that. Okay, we got the insane amount of jumps coming up! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Okay, yeah. I got into a cycle where I knew I was gonna mistime that last one. Where I had one bad jump that kind of messed up the timing on the rest of them. Now, well, good news is we'll probably get a one-up from all the bananas we're getting, but at what cost, right? Alright, there we go. My gosh, right away? Oh, that's a... Yeah, I just... Can't believe we've wasted all of our lives on this level here. Oh my god, I jumped it. What the heck? Alright, 2 more bananas and I at least get 1 more shot. Alright, cool. There we go. 1 up. Alright, this is... What is going on? I am jumping. Yeah, that obviously was... If it wasn't for the downed minecarts, it would be a lot easier, right? But then there'd be no challenge, right? Oh! That's it. We have life 0 though, right? Oh yeah. Alright. Last one. It's been a while since I played this game, but okay, jump that. Jump that. Yeah, okay. Still got Diddy, still got Diddy. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, 1, 2, 3, okay. Oh, I jumped too soon! I knew that guy was coming. Alright, and there they are. Game over. They got the bandages on. We recovered some of the bananas, but not enough. Alright. I knew that last minecart was there. I just don't know why I jumped when I did, but... Alright, anyway. That is going to do it for this video. We'll be back in a few days. Starting our next cycle of 1995. I got some good stuff lined up for that, so I'm really excited about what's coming up there. And then we'll be back with 1996, going through the rest of the decade before we start all over again. So again, that's going to do it for now. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have a good one. See ya.